swag. Yeah, she got class. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. Yeah, she got swag. Yeah, she got class. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. Yeah, she got swag. Yeah, she got class. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. Yeah, she got swag. Yeah, she got class. She a cutie. She my type. I wanna take her on a flight. Yeah, she special, yeah, she fine. I want her around me all the time. We can do what you want. Money ain't no option. Girl, I ain't tryna stunt. Getting freaky how I'm rocking. Girl, you know I eat you up. From your head to your feet. Ow. Vibing, get this money, never sleep. That Chad Gray. Yeah, you know we getting higher. Matching foreigns with the rims tired. Power couple set the game on fire. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. Yeah, she got swag. Yeah, she got class. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. Yeah, she got swag. Yeah, she got class. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. Yeah, she got swag. Yeah, she got class. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. Yeah, she got swag. Yeah, she got class. Get your hair done, nails done. Love to see you riding. Always hold me down. Ow. Hey, boo. Ow, Miss Johnson. Let me find out. Let me find out. This is Miss Johnson. LJ Johnson. Is that you? Who the fuck is Tracy? I'm like, wait a minute. Who's Tracy? Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. Yeah, she got swag. Yeah, she got class. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she a cutie. Yeah, she got ass. 2020 vision. April! I knew that was you. I'm like, wait a minute. Who the fuck is this? Is this Toya or April? Sis, I need an alien. Chad, I don't know how you're calling me, but I'm inviting you on live. I'm live right now, baby. On Facebook. Both of my phones are going. I'm inviting you, Chad. I invited you, Chad. Bang, 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 money being made round here. Not really much going on over there. This is how we do it, no fear, no fear. All the way up, yeah, we high in the air. Bang, 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 bang to the good life. Gotta make it happen, don't think twice. If you want that action, then we think alike. Team take flight on the motorbike. Around town with the palm trees. That little cuties all up on me. Remember when I ain't having, so I OD. Feeling like Kobe, shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. Gotta let you know, bring you up to speed. Anytime I'm out, gotta coordinate. I'm trying to tag you in, Chad. Ow. Like pops, bang, bang. Hey, come Chad. Hey. Ow. I'm chilling. How you? At the same damn time, baby. Ow. We got a Mark from Best to Best Radio in here. Florida rapper. We got Jersey in here. We got Ace Beats from Russia. Hey. Sweet Star. You know what I'm saying? We got the family from I think he's from Pakistan. You know what I'm saying? From right Muslim 420. Ow. I'm chilling. You know me. Ready for the beach. So we had to do this right for you. We had to do this right because I felt like Friday we were kind of all over the place. So I wanted to bring you back.
It
I'm
is.
excited, man. The energy is real. And yeah, let's talk. Let's talk.
Let's
Let's
talk.
talk right
Let's
now.
have that real talk, right? So
Let's go.
tell the people how long you've been doing music, Chad.
So I've been doing music. I started doing music in like 2000 and I'll say 8 on a serious note. Shout out Yamil who's in my IG group, man. That's my big bro right there. It was you know what's crazy, man. I was thinking about I went home. I school story. You know what I'm saying? We went to that before. And when I went home, I told my mom when I was leaving the second time around. I said, listen, when I leave, I'm gonna be pursuing music, and I'm not coming back until I'm a multi-millionaire and like build an empire entrepreneur. And that's what I told her. And the words that she told me was like, if you're gonna do it, go all out and do it. You know what I'm saying? So when I went, I think I ended up going to Texas. And when I went to Texas, I did I freestyle with a couple of fellas there in that studio. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, one of my boys was like, yo, you got something, bro. And I was like, he's like, you should do it for real. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Possibly. So by the time I got to Maine, the first studio that I hopped in Maine was a dude up in Bangor. And this one, he had the makeshift microphone. It wasn't even up to par. But I went in there and I did two of the most horrendous songs ever. And I thought I was the shit after that. So I went out to the basketball courts in Bridgeport, Connecticut with that CD. And they laughed me off the court. They were like, bruh, get this bullshit the fuck out of here. So I was like, it's like that, son? It's like that, son? So, but, for me, I always had that drive and that hunger. So nothing ever, nothing will never ever stop me from going for what I want to do. Like I don't care how bad I am, I'm gonna get better at it, and that's just my mentality. Like I got a warrior's mentality. So I ended up going to Maine again, like from Bangor down to Augusta, and that's when I linked up with my homies from Far Rockaway, New York, Banga and them, linked me. They told me to go to a studio. I didn't know it was the homie Yamil. And we went there that morning. I think we went there that morning or evening. I think it was afternoon. And we all put down a verse. And after we all put down a verse, this is what he told us. He's like, whoever wants to come back and record tomorrow morning at 8:00, come back and we'll do this shit. And I was there at like 7:00.
What?
Early. By myself. Early, bro. I'm knocking on his door. Like the sun ain't even out yet. Like birds are still sleeping. And I'm at his front door.
Guys, he's on
So,
Facebook. I'm telling Instagram you're on Facebook. I'm telling Instagram you're on Facebook. I see people tuning into Instagram. So I have to tell them you're on Facebook. They can hear you
so
though.
so wherever they at, they gonna find us. And from that day, no joke, that first day in the studio with him, we went from I think it was like 8:00 all the way until like 2-3 in the morning.
Wow.
Working on one song.
Wow.
And it was, and this, I'm talking about straight throughout the day, and it was so funny because the next door neighbors, I remember they banged on the wall like, yo, what the fuck is sleep? And then we looked up, it's like 3-4 in the morning, like, oh shit, son. And we were working on this one shitty ass song, yo. It was called Playing Games.
Wow.
I was actually singing, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, why you wanna play these games? I don't wanna. That was the first time in the studio, and the funny thing was after that, I was writing a song that the day after that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember next time he goes, yo, you need to rap, son. And I was like, what you? He's like, yo, you should rap, son. Cause I always wanted, I was like, yo, I knew I could rap. I was like, let me sing for the ladies. I know I could get in on some R&B shit probably.
Right.
I didn't sing that good back then, so he was like, you should rap, son. And I remember I was like, I bet. So I did my first rap song. He was like, and after that, man, that was it. So 2008, that happened. You know what I'm saying?
That happened. So tell the people about your first investment, or investor that you had. That story to me was like so inspiring because I think that artists need to understand that there's people that you can, run into when you least expect it. that will change
Yes.
the course of your direction with your career. So you have to be mindful and humble, and be ready to
Yes.
receive it. So tell the people about that.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, so all that what you said right there is like all facts. Like you got to be ready to receive that opportunity when it comes about, because if you're not ready, it's gonna pass you by, and it's not that another opportunity won't come, but you're gonna miss out on something that could have took you to a whole nother level early on in the game, and then you could have been leveling up from that. So I was just talking to the homie about it. I was in the studio at my crib around like 2000. Yeah, same year I started, and I was on Fruity Loops. I was teaching myself how to make beats. So I'm in there making my beats, do 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 do, and there was an insurance agent, Mark Pelletier, man, he came, he knocked on the door. We were supposed to do my insurance to go play ball in college, and I remember when he saw me making. He was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm making beats." He was like, "You do music?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "You got a CD with some songs?" I said, "Yeah, I do got a CD with some songs." I see y'all on your IG. Bless up, my beats. And I remember, he was like, "Yeah, give me a CD." So I gave him a CD, and he took that CD. He's like, "Yeah, I know somebody I can give it to." So he went, gave it to his guy. The guy's I call him Mr. Sharp, and he actually was a part of Surefire Music Group, which they had a big studio in Boston. They had a studio. He had his personal studio here in Maine. He had one of Puff Daddy's artists that was a part of making a band that they had a part of their label.
Yep.
They were working with because they didn't get tough. They had Under Armour contracts. Like they were actually doing their thing, and so that's who he gave my CD to. And this is when I first started.
Right.
So I'm sitting here like not really knowing none of this. I'm like, all right. So I go into the situation. He brings me to his house. He got this house with fucking an arcade and a full bar in there and a whole damn nine. He's like, yeah, go over here, do this, and we'll take you to the studio. So I went to the studio. I felt it out a little bit, and it was a vibe. So I ended up, once we left there, we had the conversation, and he was like, yo, I want them to develop me. So he ended up investing $10,000 into what I do with them to develop me as an artist. At that point in time, though, I wasn't even comprehending what was actually happening. I was just like in the mode of like, y'all want to get one song and blow up and be big, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was focused on.
Right.
I didn't have nobody around me to kind of coach me. So,
right.
It ended up being a thing where I did learn a lot from that situation as far as being ready for the opportunity, because a part of success is always being ready.
That's right. It is staying ready.
You gotta always be ready, always be prepared. So the moment they pick that line up, like, yo, you ready to go?
Ready.
You can't be like, well, you remember when you just hit me up? And I said, hold on, give me a moment. Nah, then you gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready.
You're like ready to go. All right, I'm ready to go. Where I gotta fly to? So, but I learned from that situation. Thank God it happened early on in my career. I learned from the situation. He even gave me a car. I told you about that. He gave me a car for like $5. Just so I could drive to the studio at 99 Pimp Green, Blue Park Avenue with the cream leather interior.
I had that car.
You had it? That's a big body look.
Cadillac.
Car, though. That's like,
it's a Cadillac. It was a Caddy back then. That's when, like, I want to say 2005, 2003 maybe. Like around that time. Like that was when I had the green Caddy. Like that was I used to love Cadillacs. I was a Caddy girl. I definitely like the Caddies. But they're very expensive and high maintenance.
You gotta have them deep pockets.
That's right.
Because that gas, it's like $50 a gallon on that bitch. Like driving a Hummer.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's the whole thing on that right there.
So, tell the people, who is your biggest inspiration? I know. But I don't know if they know. Influence.
So I broke into two categories, right? There's two categories. So I'm gonna start off with who inspired me to the point where I was like, yo, if he can do it, I can do it. And that was Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy.
So it's funny 'cause I saw this young kid. This is fact. This is back in the Celtics days. Step your beat up.com. That was a website down in Georgia that the homeboy had. That this is some old shit. This is the MySpace days. I
Mm-hmm.
heard of Soldier Boy, and I saw this young kid in his room just making these videos, but the music was catchy. I'm like, yo, this shit catchy as fuck.
Right.
And I found myself like, you know what I'm saying? I got me some baby lace. I got myself. The funny thing was, when I was burning these, I got the CDs still right now. Like, and I got the year on them, man. I got these old school ass CDs, right? And I used to bring them to the basketball courts. We talking about North, Bridgeport, Connecticut, East Coast, like these monkeys, they ain't on that shit. They like, get that shit the fuck out of here. So I was out there playing that. They're like, man, come get the fucking Tokyo, bro, that bullshit. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, this is new shit that's gonna be going down.
Right.
Nah, bro, get that shit the fuck out of here. But I was right, because he ended up blowing up probably like a year and a half later, or 2 years later, he ended up blowing up after I found out about him.
That's right.
But he inspired me that I can actually do it. And then Outkast on a rapping aspect of right under there is Bone Thugs.
I think that you display that in your music. I think that you are very diverse. And I also want the people to know that Chad Gray's music is all about motivation. And it's very motivational. So that for me is always what I gravitate to. I gravitate to songs that are going to resonate, that are going to inspire, that are going to influence some type of mind thoughts. And I think that that's what your music does for me. So shout out to you for that.
I appreciate it. And you know what? And real quick, to speak on that too, like it's funny because my whole thing was this, like, because I know on an everyday basis, like I'm grinding on an everyday basis. Stay hungry, and always weird shit that's like motivational. Like I'm from the bottom of the bottoms of the bottoms. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always grinding. I'm always working hard. I'm always in that mode. So it's like I feel like even when I get there, like it's still gonna be about that motivation. Because I feel like on an everyday basis, man, we all need to be motivated, man. There's so many unconscious stresses that we have to deal with unconsciously, and it's like we all need that extra push. So I always try to put. I don't give a fuck if it's a twerk song for the strippers. I always put some kind of motivation in there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that way people can get through their day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That extra jump, you know what I'm saying, ahead of the game. So motivation is huge with me when it comes to my music making. Yes, sir. What up, y'all? What up, Marie? What up, Dave? I see y'all. Hustle motivate. Yes, sir.
Hustle and motivate.
Tracy.
Ow. I see everybody. Iris Green, Daniel May, Marie Valley. Hey, mama. How you doing? I miss you more. What you doing today? Auntie Keitha, I see you. Mr. Washington, Miss Johnson. We all in the building. Dana Scarlett, I see you, baby. Like, yo,
What the hell name of the radio station? Oh man, shit, goddamn. I can't.
Hey, Daniel.
What up, Queen?
So tell me, I know that you do sing, as well as you do rap, and I think you have a awesome voice, a crazy range. And hey, Miss Ramsey, how are you? I just
That's my cousin. That's Shanai, my cousin. He like a DJ MC.
okay.
Jamaica.
All right, Mr. Ramsey. Am I saying it right?
Yeah. Shanai Ramsey, yeah.
So let me tell you,
Shantai.
Shanai. So
A nickname we gave him in the family, we call him Shatai. You know what I'm saying?
Shatai. So tell me, you actually grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, but you're residing now in Maine. And you've been there for quite a while. You've made Maine your home in a lot of ways, I feel.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
More ways than one.
I'm gonna tell you right now. The funny thing is, man. You know, I was born in New York. I was raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so I left New York when I was like 4 years old. And when I was growing up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, man, like anybody knows Bridgeport, Connecticut, like it's definitely not an easy place to grow up.
What's up?
You
Ironic beats.
it's like
We need to work. Seriously. I hear you. I hear
yes,
you,
sir,
bro.
yes, sir. Yeah, but one thing I tell people, like, you know, if you can make it out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, same thing with New York, you can make it anywhere. Because, you know what I'm saying, you really do see a lot at a young age. I've seen a lot at a young age. I've been through a lot.
That's right.
Going to Bridgeport, Connecticut. Now, to go all the way to Maine, it's funny because I didn't know where Maine was. I got kicked out of two colleges and suspended from one. So by the time I ended up, I was trying to find a place where I could stay out of trouble. And I looked on the map and I saw Maine, and I'm like, I thought Maine was Canada. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I ended up coming up here, and it's slow. It's just a different kind of vibe. It's a very rural country kind of vibe out here. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about extra shit out here. But I got stuck out here, and that's a whole other story. That
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that today. We'll save that. We'll save that for another conversation. So,
cool.
what would you like to see in regards to your success in the next 5 years in your music career?
Next 5 years. So, I mean, cause right now my short-term goals are where we headed right now. We've been doing this shit. So next year, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be making pretty much eating and making a living off of the passion of what we're doing right now. That's what we're setting the table for right now. But 5 years in, by then I'm talking about with music being the heart of what I do. I want to be doing like writing short films, movies, business investments. Opening up a restaurant. There's a lot of different things I want to do beyond music.
Yeah.
But music, I'm gonna be like E40, man. I'm gonna be like 50 years old with like 29 albums. Like that's gonna be me. But there's gonna be so much. There's so much that I want to do beyond the music. So 5 years in, I'm talking about acting a little bit, writing scripts for movies, doing foundations. Get on your feet foundations for kids leaving high school, going into giving them that first step money type deal. So there's a lot of different things that I got on my brain that I want to do 5 years in. You know what I'm saying? But we by next year we're gonna be eating up this shit, and sky's the limit from there.
I think you are like a born star. I really do. I think that you just have that je ne sais quoi about you that just radiates to people. And that for me is important when discovering talent and doing this type of work. A&R work is to find people that have the same type of mentality and drive as you. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to get to know you, and to just see.
Listen, you about to have me crying over here. Listen, I'm gonna say something. You go hard, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you doing your promo thing, you jamming in the car, the vibe and the energy is real. I talked a little about that before, and you're not faking the jacks. Like you keep it 100, and I can tell you really love music, and you really you really believe in what you do. So
I do.
I appreciate you for taking the time to do this for me and interview me, because you know what I'm saying, I ain't shit.
No, you are. You are. You just haven't been, the world just hasn't been exposed to you yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm here to help bring that light to you, is to show the star that you've already been. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think is important about like you say, your team and the people that you have around you, is that they really believe that you are the star that you are, before making it. Is that's what's important, to create that type of room for the entertainer and for the artist, is that the people around them treat them as a star, as such. You are the next big thing. You just haven't been discovered yet. And that for me is the importance of what I do.
I'm humble and I'm appreciative and I'm grateful because I don't think people understand like being an artist and the time that like you see a 3-minute song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You see a 2-minute music video,
Yep.
3-minute music video.
You have no idea.
The behind the scenes, I'm talking about countless hours falling asleep on a space bar. Certain songs that I recorded for the 2020 Vision album, some of them I don't even remember recording. Cause I would come in here tipsy, high, and motherfucker, and just freestyle a record. I'll wake up and have a full record done. Just hit your space bar like this, and I'm like, I'm dead. Can you believe how the music? The time that's put in and the effort and I mean it's crazy. So
it's a lot of sacrifices.
You gotta really have and that drive and that real passion and love to do this music shit. You gotta really love this shit. You can't be on no fuckery part-time bullshit. I don't give a fuck if you got a job. If you can't get something done with your music shit in 20 minutes, if you can't respond to some shit in like 15 minutes to get some shit done, why are you doing your job? Why are you taking that break? And you ain't no real motherfucking hustler. You ain't no real artist. There's no excuses to not get shit done. Work with what you got, make the most out of what you got, and make it the fuck happen. There's no excuses.
There's no excuses. And that's honestly truth, in regards to the internet, in regards to knowledge, in regards to research, in regards to resources. The resources are out there. You just have to be able to drive the engine and the machine to get the resources. And I think that's what artists need to understand. Everything that I do, everything that I've become, it was because of me researching and paying attention and observing what was happening in the industry and being able to utilize those resources and network to apply myself. And I find that you, T Gunna, like all of you guys are those type of artists where you're in the record labels inboxes. You're in the, you know what I mean? Like doing the footwork. You know what I mean? And that's being your own, your own campaign and campaigner and making sure that, you live by this every day. Like, this is not, what I realize is there's a lot of hobby rappers. There's a lot of hobby artists. They use this as a hobby and they're not passionate about it. And this is the difference between weeding out who's doing this to show and who's doing this because they're passionate about it. And that's...
I'm gonna say something right now, because like for me, like when it comes to information pertaining, you know what I'm saying, music, I like to know the bad and the good stuff. So, like, and when I'm saying what I'm now, I'm not this to be braggadocious, egotistical, or anything like that. So for me, I'll be honest. Like I don't do music to get chicks. I don't do music to be, I want to rock the biggest diamonds in the world, all that extra shit. I know it sounds crazy, but my mindset with doing music, and the reason why I say it is this, I feel like, not all, but a lot of people who actually have that kind of mindset, they really, and I'm not saying all, I feel like some of them are, they kind of, because there's so many people rapping, they kind of fall into this realm of like fake success because they get, I'm in this shit for real. Like this is I eat, sleep, shit, music. Like you know what I'm saying? When I'm sleep, when I'm laying down, like I'm thinking about all the things I gotta get done. The moment I get my 2 hours of power sleep, which I should be sleeping like 8 hours a day. Like that's how I'm thinking. I'm thinking in that kind of mind frame. My mind does not stop running. If I'm on the bathroom, on the toilet, I got my cell phone. I'm like, how can I network? What kind of hashtags can I go and start copying and pasting?
That's right.
On Twitter? Like, this is the mindset that I've always been in. And I'm gonna tell you something. The support that I get from everyone, I appreciate it so much because, when people take the time to listen to your music, give you feedback, constructive criticism, all that shit, I'm so appreciative because although I'm working hard as hell, that shit makes me go even harder. Like,
That's right.
it makes me like, I'm like, it's hitting on that level. Let me crank it up a whole nother notch.
That's
And
right.
so anytime I get any kind of feedback or anybody showing love, man, I'm like, I gotta crank this bitch up even more. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta go even harder. I never feel like I'm doing enough when it comes to this music shit. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's my mindset. And it's gonna always, I don't care how much millions I got, it's gonna always be that way. I can never be doing enough. Facts.
So I want you to tell the people what do they expect with 2020 Vision? What is 2020 Vision all about?
Hold on. Let me look into the camera real quick. 2020 Vision is getting real in this bitch. First of all, 2020 Vision, I think for everybody right now is a Control-Alt-Delete year to a major extent, and to a small extent with the how can I put that? The graciousness of funds that came from the government. I think a lot of people are happy for that as well, but it came at a price.
Right.
The whole 2020 Vision album name. I went online. I had an album I wanted to drop, and my goal this year was to drop 5 albums with a music video catalog, visual catalog to match the albums. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to find out what to call my first album. I knew I wanted that to be the motif for what I run with the rest of the year. And I remember the homie Tone from Bridgeport, Connecticut, who's another dope artist. He put that up there together, called it 20 Vision. And I said, my nigga. I was on the motherfucking Denzel Washington, my nigga.
My nigga.
So the first album, I went with 2020 Vision album. All the graphic design that you see done for 2020 Vision albums are all me. I do all my own graphic design, all that shit. I'm sure all my own music videos, all that shit. I'm getting my hands dirty. What up,
right.
Phil? I see y'all. What up, Stage? I see y'all, man. Totally Animated Studios did the new music video. That's how we're gonna talk about that too. Anywho, so that's the reason I was like, I want to keep up with that because I feel like right now 2020 is gonna be in the history books as one of the most eye-opening, fucked up years ever in America's history.
That's right.
And I feel like why not be part of that history in a positive way? And I feel like dropping the 5 albums, which is gonna be 3 albums and then 1 double album at the end of the year for Christmas.
Ow!
And I ain't playing. Yo, listen, motherfuckers don't know. I ain't playing with this shit. This shit. Damn. We ain't playing, man. We ain't playing, man. You see the smile?
So, tell the people that your other hobby is also being a comedian, or at some point you wanted to do comedy, because they don't know, but I know.
Yo, so check this out, man. So a lot of people, only people who gonna know this is my homies from Bridgeport, Connecticut, from back in the days. Yo, so when I was a kid, I picked up a basketball, right? I was always, and listen, I was like the kid with the big ass head bigger than his body, these big ass lips that I had to grow into. I had these naughty ass knees. My family, my mom always greased me down with cocoa butter that made me super greasy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I used to be going to school looking a mess, and so for me to not get bullied, because as a kid I used to get bullied. Like I just didn't want to fight. I was like, nah, man, my mama don't want me to mess up my face. I started telling jokes, right, when I was a young kid, right? So that was my way of being cool with everybody. Now I had to deal with the bullshit. And it's like, yo,
Right.
I'm gonna be like, yo, shut, run your seat. Son, go ahead, yo, pickle face ass, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just start laughing. Like, so that like spearheaded me wanting to be a comedian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out my best friend who passed away, Terrence Carter. That was my brother for another mother. I met him at the laundromat in Bridgeport, Connecticut. He was playing Mortal Kombat, and me and him had the same mindset. Like we wanted to just be some funny ass motherfuckers. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Go to the basketball court and fucking start hanging the shit out of motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. We both wanted to be comedians, and that's what we wanted to pursue. So like 18 years old. He ended up getting killed. Unfortunately, he got shot twice in the chest, one time in the stomach. And I fully went to basketball after that. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, that's why I'm such a
Well, it's
charismatic
so
motherfucker. Cause, you know what I'm saying?
that for me is what I found in the relation to you two, in regards to how you're driven, by your passion, in regards to music, in regards to sports. Those were the things that stuck
Yup,
out to me that identified with the both of you. And I would love to see
yup.
y'all do something together.
Let me just go ahead and go by my real name. So I just changed it to Chad Gray, and that's where 2020 Vision started. Chad Gray,
Chad
2020
Gray
Vision.
is the
Boom.
2020 vision.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Ow.
sir.
Now I have the full understanding. So now sing something.
Yeah.
Let us hear that amazing voice that you have.
They put me on a spot.
This is real talk.
I'll sing what I said. Let me see if I can hit them notes though. My Sherry Amore, loving like a summer day. Yeah. My Sherry Amore, distant like Milky Way.
Woo!
My Sherry Amore, pretty little thing that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. Let me stop. Let me stop.
I feel it.
Let me throw your videos, throw your bras, all that good shit.
I love your energy, Chad. You are such a light. Such a light.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you so much for doing what you do. Continue to do what you do. You got my support tenfold. Anything you need, I'm here.
You got me too.
I'm here.
You got me always. We're going to try to get you in
I
Times Square in the next couple of weeks. We're going to definitely have you on Diamond Status. How about that?
please do.
I definitely got you.
I'm on it like Scotch Bonnet. You already know it's your boy Chad Gray, Low That Team Take Flight, Motivate Worldwide, Bentley Gang.
Ow. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mom.
Thank
Much love,
you.
Queen.
You too, King. Have a great day.
Hey, you too. Love.
All right.